Okay, this figure shows the multiple alleles for ABO blood groups. There are 4 different types of blood group: A, B, AB, and O. So there are 4 different types of blood groups. There are 3 different alleles, IA, IB, and I or IO. So 3 alleles. This is multiple alleles because it has more than 2 alleles in a gene. These are called as multiple alleles. So I actually refers to enzymes, and this A and B refers to carbohydrate. Okay, so it means that IA is the enzymes that add A carbohydrate. Enzyme for IB, for the allele IB, is the enzymes that add B carbohydrate. Okay, this carbohydrate A is represented by the triangle and B is represented by circle. Okay, now we look at the appearance of red blood cell. This is the appearance of red blood cells that determines that influence the different types of blood group. Okay, for A blood group, the genotypes can be IA or IA-IO. Okay, when we look at the appearance of red blood cells, we can see that the triangles attached to red blood cells on the surface of the red blood cells, all carbohydrate A. So this one is the A blood group. If you look at the B blood group, all the carbohydrates represented by the circle here, okay, and circle here are attached to red blood cells. The circles are attached to red blood cells. So this is B blood group. And the genotypes for B is IB-IB or IB-I or IO. And for AB blood group, you can see a mixture of the carbohydrates A, which is represented by a triangle, and carbohydrate B, which is represented by circle. So a mixture of those carbohydrates. So the genotypes is IA, IB. And for O blood group, red blood cells has neither A or B carbohydrate. Means that there's no A, there's no B carbohydrate attached to this, okay, on the surface of the red blood cell. So the genotypes is II or IO, IO. So these are the multiple alleles for the ABO blood groups. This figure shows the cystic fibrosis effects. This is a normal airway. There's no obstructions of the airway. So the individuals can respire normal. This is the healthy lungs. And it's lined with thin layer of the mucus, a thin layer of mucus only. And here is the airway with CF or cystic fibrosis. If you look at the cystic fibrosis, it has thick, sticky mucus that blocks the airway. Sticky mucus, and there's a bacterial infection here as well. So that causes difficulty in breathing because there's thick airways that block or obstruct the airway here, and it's difficult to respire.